You know, a lot of people think that to to have a good practice, that you must practice. You must play new concepts, new stuff. Well, it is not. It is not necessarily true, because it is paramount that you practice things, concepts that you already know, or if otherwise, more than likely you will forget some of them along the way. So one from time to time, we need to come back to things we already know. Uh, Tension, for example, in music, melodic tensions, harmonic tensions. A melodic tension is a non-chord tone in a non-chord note that is used in a melody as the lead voice in an arrangement. The top note. That means at the top you have your arrangement, and at the top note is can be a tension. It does not always have to. It does not always have to be a chord tone. It can be also a note, a tone that is not part of the initial of the bass chord. For example, you have G minor seventh. This is your G minor seventh chord, which has four tones or four notes. Any other note you play over that is not part of the chord is a tension. It can be a 9, it can be an 11, and it can be a 13. In the case of G minor seventh, a 9 would be A, and an 11 would be C added to the bass chord, and a 13 would be, a 13 is the same as 6, but most of the time when you see a 6, that a 6, I would say that is part of a major type chord. Okay, but as a minor chord, the you will see mostly uh, 13 as opposed to 6, but still they are the same notes. Okay. Also in the dominant chord you will see 13. I don't you, you're not going to see dominant 6. You see dominant 13, but you will see a major 6. Okay, so I hope you see the difference. So G minor 7th, you got your 9. No, 9 you got your 9 here. So, like, let's say I know you know about a, a standard jazz progression. Well, not only in jazz, that progression is used in, I would say, most styles of music is 2-5-1. 2-5-1. That means in a major scale or any scale, two is that's the chord that is built on the second degree of the scale, major scale, minor scale, and the five is the chord that is built on the fifth degree in the major scale. That's the dominant chord, and then we turn to the one chord, which is a major seventh chord or a major nine, whatever. Okay, so now in the key of F major scale, F Ionian mode. So on the second degree, you build a minor seventh chord, which is G minor seventh chord, right? And in the dominant chord for the F major scale is C dominant 7, okay, which is this one here, right? Okay, and then of course the bass chord, the root, which is F major 7. So your 2-5-1 would be G minor 7, C7, C dominant 7, and then you resolve on or two, G, G F major 7. Okay, so you can play something now. If you're playing the chord like something like maybe like this. Okay. That's 2-5-1 in the key of F major. You can add some tension. You can add tensions melodically. You can also add tensions harmonically. You know, you can. So now, if you were to play a melody or a melody line over melody lines over that progression 2-5-1 in the key of F major. Your It's just like you're doing an arrangement in which the top note of the arrangement does not have to be a chord tone. It can be a tension, which is a melodic tension, which is a non-chord tone, non-chord note. It does not. It is not. It is not part of the bass chord, which is G minor 7. Okay, so you can play something like this. Okay, as you play the 2-5-1, for each chord, G minor 7, C dominant 7, and then resolving on F major 7, you're going to play tensions for if on tensions over each chord. It can be a 9, it can be an 11, It can be sharp 11 in the case of the root. It can be 13. So you can you need to you can practice something like this. Okay. Okay. You can play. So what I just played here, what I just played in a lead sheet, the melodic tensions, sometimes they have different aspects. You know, when it comes to how long they last, or are they? It can also depend on the beat, on being played on weak beats or strong beats, stuff like that. So now, what I just played, I played a quarter note. I play non I played non-chord tones longer than the quarter note. That's what I just played. I'm gonna try it again. Okay. F F minus G minus 7. I'm gonna play A as a non-chord tone, which is a tension, and it's gonna be longer than the quarter note. Okay. And the same note A, which is a 9 for the G minus 7th chord. The same note A is going to be a 13 when I play C dominant 7. Okay. Then I play G, okay, which is the root. Which is the root. Okay, so let's see. Non-chord tone longer than quarter note. Okay, that's a non-chord tone. Okay. Okay, now in a lead sheet, usually that's the way you encounter those melodic tensions. You also can you probably will if you analyze a lead sheet, you also you probably will see also any you probably see non-chord tone of any duration. It doesn't matter if it is a quarter note, 16 note, or 8 note. You they will be treated the same way. You probably see non-chord tones, non-chord notes or tones of any duration followed by a leap. Okay, followed by a leap. A leap in music, a leap is that you see on your staff. If you go from when you're looking at the staff, you, the note on the staff in the music sheet. When you move from one space to the line, from the line to the space, and so on, those are not leap. But if you move from one space to another space, from one line to another line, that is considered a leap. So that's what I'm saying here. Let me see if I can play something here. Non-chord tone of any duration followed by a leap. Okay, let's see. That's a way you can see. You're going to see tensions on a lead sheet. All right, let me see here. Okay, something like. Well, let me do that. Let me do it another way. Okay. Okay, it's got to be a leap, so it's gonna be. Yeah. You heard that? By the way, the last chord is major 7 sharp 11. Major F major 7 sharp 11. Why is it the reason why the reason why it is F major 7 sharp 11, because here we play B instead of B flat, because in the F major scale the fourth note is the 11th note. The fourth note or the 11th note in octave is B flat. So when you play B, which is half step above B flat, you raise it half step, give you sharp 4 or sharp 11. That's what we play at the end. We can try it again. Okay. Yeah. Okay. One another aspect of the tensions on a lead sheet is when you can play you will see non-chord tone play on a strong beat and then resolving down a step, whether it is a major step down or minor step down. It is a step resolving down a step on a chord, on a weak beat, and on that weak beat that you find a chord tone. So basically, it's a non-chord tone, a non-chord note played on a weak beat and resolving on a strong beat, a step down, one step down. So it's going to be like this, same progression. So this is F, no, this is G minor 7th. So I'm gonna play a non-chord tone because in G minor 7 there's no C. So C is a non-chord tone, which is 11th, and 11 is going to resolve down to a chord tone, which is B flat. And then for the C7, we're going to play I think we're going to play A, which is a non-chord tone, okay, on a strong beat, and then resolve it down to G, which is a chord tone on a weak beat. Okay, it's kind of it may sound a little bit complicated, but it's really not. Okay, let's see. Okay, F major 7, no, G minor 7. I'm talking about. All right, all right. Let me see. Let's try that again. You hear that? Did you hear that? I'm starting with a non-chord tone on a strong beat, resolving down a step on a chord tone on a chord tone which is located on a weak beat, and then move to the C dominant 7, A, same concept. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's try it again. Okay. So a good a good practice is not always practicing new stuff, which is good. It's good to learn new stuff, but the new stuff you are learning now will become old stuff later on. But you will have to come back to them, to practice them again and again and again and again, so they stay with you. All right.